What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. And yesterday was another good day at the Pelicans +9. That was, nice 1-0 day for myself. But not only me, Mr. Rob Veno also had the Pelicans +8.5, which cashed. And I think he had the Nuggets team total over. It was a 2-0 day for Rob in the NBA. So you're one of those people who, has that 45 and 23 package. You're doing pretty good. I feel like every day, even if one of us loses, the other one is covering it. So good day from both Rob Vino and myself. And got a chance to see him yesterday too, again, and his son. Son is pretty talented. So good stuff yesterday. See some of these comments before we get started. Not sure what Skin's big father's talking about here. Um, yeah, we're making money betting these games, so why would we want to stop? Not sure. What up, Brian? Says great handicap yesterday. Appreciate you. Let's do it again today. Glenn Walker says best show in the game. Appreciate you as well. A lot of the usual suspects tapping in now. So huge slate. I'm gonna do my best to touch on every game at least a little bit, but you got if you've been around, you know how I am. Some of these games I'm just gonna throw away. So we'll start at the top. Bulls and Sixers. Opened up -6.5 for the Sixers. Still there. Total open 237. It's as high as 240.5. And when we look at the injury report, you have Simons doubtful, Ivy out, Yabusele and Okoro both questionable. For the Sixers, Oubre, Maxi, Broom are all out. Embiid and Grimes are both questionable. Um, Chicago coming off a pretty nice win in their last game. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, I know they played the Rockets as an 8-point underdog. We're able to get that dub. Here, this is their first game after what is that, a 4-game homestand. For the Sixers, they did lose by 20 last game versus Thunder and did not have to travel. So honestly, the Bulls had been pretty pathetic for a good amount of time. But prior to that game with the Rockets, they had 3 days off. And I always say, like, that gives you a lot of 3 days off without having to travel. That gives you time to work on whatever was going wrong. And it looks like the Bulls might have worked on something, able to get that win in their last game. I think they can carry that over into a game versus the 76ers, who coming off, they've been playing some bottom feeders. They played two competitive teams and got blown out. I think the Sixers do not deserve to be laying, especially with the way the injury report is right now. The only way I would bet this game is the Bulls +6.5. And looks like a couple people in the chat agree as well. Mike R likes them. Ray says, watching the show all the time, first time watching live. Appreciate you, Ray. If you can, if you enjoy the show, hit the like button. It helps us out quite a bit. And it'll let people at WagerTalk know, maybe we're doing something good on this channel. I mean, on this show for the channel. Um, any more comments here? Bulls beating the 76ers while Styles asking. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. All right. Next game up. Hawks and Pistons. Open at -2.5. Looks like three. Total went up from 226.5 as high as 229 out there. Injury report. You see Jalen Johnson questionable for the Hawks. For the Pistons, Duran and Harris are both probable. Green is questionable. No Cade, Sasser, or Stewart. The Pistons, and I'm going to pull this up just so I don't make any mistakes. The Pistons, they are playing the first of a back-to-back. They're coming off of that win versus the Lakers. Um, and they haven't had it's their third straight home game, so not a lot of travel going on. Before that Laker game, they had 2 days off. So that is something to keep in mind there. For the Hawks, looks like it's their fourth game in 6 nights. They are coming off of a 39-point victory versus the Grizzlies. Prior to that, 16-point win versus the Warriors. Um, this one is tough. When I think about the Hawks, I feel like a lot of what they've done since the new roster, has been just a lot of it against bad teams. The Pistons, not the greatest without K, but they're still a good team. I worry. I worry about the Hawks in this spot. I like Jenkins. He's a baller at the point guard to replace Cade. Or trying to do what he can to replace Cade. I think with this one, and let me just double check here. Yeah, I'd have to look a little bit more towards the Piston side. I think they're still laying here for a good reason. Pistons minus will be my recommendation. Next up, Lakers and Pacers. This one opened up 11 down to 10. 10 is what we'll call it. Um, Total, though, looks like it went up a little bit from 236 to as high as 238 and a half. Injury report here. DeAndre Ayton is questionable for the Lakers. Rui, Marcus Smart, and Thiero are out for the Lakers as well. Um, Pacers side, you have Nimhard, Neesmith, Siakam, and Toppin, all probable. Pull up the schedule situation. So just like the other side of that Pistons game, the Lakers are coming off a loss. That did stop, I believe, what was a 9-game win streak. This is also the sixth straight road game for the Lakers, the end of their road trip, which has been pretty successful. I mean, they got what, 4 wins out of 5? I call that a success right there. I'm sure they would like to finish strong, though, especially after that loss to the Pistons. The Pacers coming off an upset win against the Magic, double-digit underdogs, and they went outright. Now they return home and pretty healthy, pretty healthy. You know, a lot of this Pacers team, these games where they're getting smoked, it's just they didn't have the guys to compete. Now they have the guys to compete. Now you have guys who you can trust to score. Obviously, I would like if we had Zubac still in the lineup here, but the Pacers, I trust them to score in this game. I do. And the Lakers, they could be without some rim protection without Aiden. They're without Marcus Smart, who's more defense. Thiero, another defender. I mean, it's some defense missing on that Lakers side. So I do trust the Pacers to score. And this Pacers team, I mean, they've been giving up like 120 plus 120, like 130, really. I can give you the exact numbers. They're giving up like 130, like clockwork lately. Um, let's see here. Pacers, 125, the last 10 is the average, but I mean, that's the last 10, yeah, but even the last 5, I mean, 134, 136, 134, 127, 126. This Pacers team just can't get stops. And you have Luca, Austin Reeves, LeBron on the other side. I mean, this your game just screams over to me, you know. Um, Vino, I'd be willing to bet Vino likes his game over too. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I've done work with Vino long enough. We've been doing this show every day. I'm pretty sure he woke up this morning and immediately looked at this game. So I like it over. You know, if you got the package with me and Vino, you'll know if we both like it. But we'll see. Gio says, "What's up, Skee? Appreciate you doing the show solo, man. We miss Vino, but appreciate your knowledge. Thank you. I miss doing the show with Vino as well. I don't honestly like talking to myself, but I will still come and share information. And I do enjoy coming and talking to the chat. I just don't like talking to myself. Joey likes the Pacers team total over. All right. Next game, Thunder and Celtics. This one opened up -3, down to -2. Total didn't really move. Injury report, nobody on there for the Celtics. Vucevic is out. I'm sorry, nobody on there for the Thunder. Vucevic is out for the Celtics. Get to the situationals here. Both teams look to be well rested in this game. Celtics, that last game versus the Timberwolves, I feel like they were up, right? They were up big, and they just kind of, I don't know, they collapsed. I didn't see the end of that game, or I don't remember it right now. But they've had 2 days off since then. Didn't have to travel. Thunder playing their fifth straight road game, and they've been looking pretty good. Yeah, I can't help but think something must have went wrong with Boston for them to lose that game because I just remember them being up. Like, I don't like that. for them to have been up and gave the game away in the last game. Now facing OKC, who's clicking right now and healthy. I would only be looking at OKC for that reason. And I could be talking to an under, but I think sidewise, OKC is my preference. A couple guys in the chat disagree. They like the over, they like the Celtics. It's all right. We'll see how that one shakes out. Don't want to spend too much time on that game. Heat and Cavaliers opened up -3.5, down to 2.5. Total went up from 241.5 as high as 243. Injury report for the Heat, they're fully healthy. For the Cavs, Larry Nance Jr. is questionable. No Jared Allen, Porter, Strus, or Tyson. The Cavaliers are on a back-to-back here, and the Heat definitely have the rest advantage, even though they're playing their third game in 4 nights. This Heat team, they've lost, 5 games in a row? They're now in the 10th and final play-in spot. They desperately need some wins. I'll tell you that right now. Desperately need some wins. And because of that, I think you can get a really good effort from them. I mean, they're not going to give effort tonight fully healthy. When are you going to get it? So I think that and the Cavs being on the back to back is the reason why you got this short line. Um, like I think that the books are not begging, but like I don't know, the line makes you want to take the Cavaliers. Most people probably, especially if you see the way Miami's been playing lately. I think Miami bounces back here though. I like the Heat side of this one. Let's see about the chat. Anything here? Said they lost their edge since Tatum came back on that last one. Boston unders continued cash hard. Yeah, could definitely look at that under. There goes my guy Rob Veno. Says good morning slash afternoon chat room. Sitting in the Las Vegas airport and had to tune in and hit the like button for my buddy doing double work. He says, hope everybody cashes tonight. Hey, Vino, get to your destination safely. I'll continue to hold it down, while you enjoy your time. And, I enjoyed hanging with you and appreciate you inviting me to come watch your son rock out yesterday. He played the shit out the drums and it was a great time. So always enjoy hanging with you, Vino. We do miss you on the show. Absolutely. But yeah, enjoy your time. We'll see you soon. Appreciate it, Rod. And I let him know. I let him know what 45 did yesterday. I checked 45 with the 2-0 in the NBA. I let him know. This game, we are not rocking with let him know. That's the Cavaliers. We're not rocking. We're going with the Grizzlies. We're going to look at an opener of 15 for the Spurs, up as high as 16.5. Total right around an opener of 233.5. De'Aaron Fox has been rolled out. Luke Cornett is out. For the Grizzlies, Ty Jerome and Wells are both out. Mishak is doubtful. Small is questionable. I feel like I kind of talked about this. Was it yesterday? I mean, I think it was yesterday. Let's just double check. The Grizzlies' fourth game in 6 nights. They did not play yesterday. So it wasn't yesterday. It might have been Monday. But like I want nothing to do with the Grizzlies when Ty Jerome's not on the court. That's just absolutely no for me. And I don't want to be betting against the Spurs. I've said that plenty of times. The Spurs just continue to be locked in. So my initial thought was maybe Spurs or Grizzlies team total under or the game under or something. The Grizzlies are 23-13 to the under when Ty Jerome does not play. Under, I think, 9 of their last 13, something like that. I just worry. The one thing that bothers me about playing any kind of under in this game is looking at the Spurs. They just been feasting. Like when they play some of these bad teams, they just they punished them. They put up 130 something. It seems like in all the games I was looking at. Or they put up big numbers in all the games I was looking at, and it scared me off. So for those reasons, I haven't pushed the button yet, but I was looking at under or Spurs in this game. Only ways for me to look here. All right. Next game. Wizards and Jazz. And I'm not wasting anybody's time, man. This is one where you might have needed Rob Veno to help us out because I'm sorry, I can't do it, especially looking at the injury list for these two teams. So I'll go ahead and skip right ahead to Rockets and T Wolves. Not like we don't have enough games to talk about today. Opened up -1, looks like 1.5. Total open 221, as high as 224. And injury report wise, Rockets look pretty healthy. For the Timberwolves, though, Ant is out and Desumo is questionable. Let's get to the situationals here. So for the Rockets, they do have 2 days off here. I mean, both teams well rested. This Rockets team has been, I don't know, they lost to the Bulls. They did squeak out that win versus the Heat. This Rockets team just continues to be inconsistent, continues to not play great basketball. I do think they, could use some wins, need some wins, but do I trust them? I just don't. Two losses away from cashing their win total under. I think the Timberwolves, they've proven that they can play without Anthony Edwards enough this season, especially at home here. I think their defense is good enough to hold a Rockets team who can't really shoot. So in this game, maybe this is one where we look towards under or Timberwolves. That's the way I'm thinking here. And just thinking about how much the Rockets, should give effort, I probably prefer more of an under in this game. Let me just glance at a couple more things. Last 5 games. Let's pull that up here. Last 5 games, Rockets 19th in pace, Timberwolves ninth. Timberwolves second best defensive rated team. Neither team really good offensively lately. Under, very, very appealing in this game. And I'll just mark it on here just so I don't forget. But yeah, looking at an under in this game. Anybody in the chat liking this one? Let's take a look. Gio says, play the backwood jingle on WagerTalk. It's not up here. I don't even have it if I wanted to. Let's see. Winning takes no effort. I wouldn't agree with that. But he says Ace Bailey points over, maybe. That was for the last game. Yeah, I could go for that. Dropping dimes like the Rockets' first half. I don't have any reason to talk you on or off of that. I'm sure you have a reason for backing the first half specifically. Glenn Walker says Rockets versus the good teams. And I looked at this. It was the good teams at home. That's where they really go under. It was like 10-0 to the under. They're not at home this time. But yeah, he says 18-6 to the under versus teams with the win percentage greater than 55. Definitely looked at that. Definitely thinking about an under in this game. All right. Next, we have Bucks and Blazers opened up 10, now 12.5 is what we'll call the consensus for the Blazers. Total hasn't really moved. Injury report, we will look at the Blazers with Jeremy Grant, Krejci, Robert Williams, all questionable. Sharp remains out. For the Bucks, Gary Harris, KPJ, Giannis, all out. Bobby Portis Jr. and Bobby Portis and Kyle Kuzma, both questionable. This is one. I mean, I don't really want a whole lot to do with the Bucks. The Bucks just not doing anything really to like. They're not scoring. They're not getting stops. So I guess, it makes me lean towards the Blazers. I don't see the Blazers as this kind of point spread team. But they did blow out the Nets. I don't think the Bucks are as bad as the Nets, but they can lose too. So I guess I'll agree with the market slightly here, moving this one up towards the Blazers. But ultimately, don't really want anything to do with this game. You got it on that. Says thanks on the team total last night. Yeah, we talk out some good ones sometimes. Appreciate you. LaShack, LA Shack, I'm not sure how to say it. Says what's up, Skee. Great insight yesterday. Appreciate you guys. Hopefully we can have some more good looks today. All right, keep moving here. A lot of games. A lot of games. Mavs and Nuggets. Opened up -14, is down pretty much 12 everywhere. Total right around the opener. Not too much movement here. Let's look at the injuries. For Dallas, Gafford is questionable. Brandon Williams is questionable. Caleb Martin is out. For the Nuggets, you have Peyton Watson probable. Aaron Gordon questionable. Let's then look at this. I know the Nuggets did play last night. So both teams actually played last night. I don't remember the Mavs. Who did the Mavs play? Oh no, I'm sorry. Not both teams. Yeah, the Mavs last game was versus the Warriors, but they did go into overtime. That's what I'm thinking about there. For the Nuggets, they played the Suns yesterday. They didn't cover, and that's all they care about, especially with the way the standings are. The Nuggets, they need every win they can get. Now, does that mean that they're going to win by 12 and a half on back to back? Not necessarily. Um, and they had to travel. I mean, it's not a far trip, but from Phoenix back home to Denver, I don't know. It's just the Mavericks did us dirty, really, in that to start the week in that game versus the Warriors. But I would want Gafford in, and if he's in, I mean, they still look like they're getting healthy. You're getting a lot of points here. Nuggets back to back laying this many points. I could only look towards the Mavericks, but I'm gonna stay to my rule, and I just don't want to be betting against the Nuggets right now. Don't want to be betting against the Spurs either, like I said. So I'm gonna stick to that. But if I had to play this one, I would be looking at the Maverick side. Glenn reminds us that the Nuggets on no rest are 12-4 to the over this year. That could be another way to look at it, especially if Gafford's rolled out. Less rim protection for Dallas there. Probably play more small ball and faster. I could understand an over in this game. I could I could be talked into that. I'll look in that direction. I'll try to find more reasons to back it as the day goes on. Appreciate you for sharing that, Glenn Walker. Nets and Warriors opened up minus 13, and now it looks like 12 or 12 and a half. Total open 220, and it's down to 217 pretty much everywhere. 217, 217 and a half, 216 and a half. It's everywhere. So make sure you line shop. But it's going down, is the point. For the Nets, Clowney's out, Porter is out, Traore's out, Wolf is out. For the Warriors, no Steph, Seth, Horford, or Post available. Here. So third game in 4 nights for the Nets, fourth and 6, I believe, for both teams here. The Nets coming off of another beatdown. I mean, the Nets just can't wait for the season to be over. It can't end soon enough. I mean, they're getting smoked, it seems, night in and night out. Now, the Warriors, they did get that overtime win versus the Mavericks. I can't. As bad as the Nets are, I feel like the Warriors have been just as bad. Playing 12 and a half with this Warriors team, there's no way that I could do that. Um, this Warriors defense, let's like 131. Granted, that was an overtime game. 126, 115, 120. I don't know. They're not playing good enough defense. The offense can't be trusted to lay this number. So for those reasons, it's Nets or nothing in this game for me. Joey Betts says Nets been in Cancun since the All-Star break. I agree. They're done. All right. I'm not even sure what this is. George Sylvia asked me, how you like the Fall Off album? No clue. I don't even know what that is. All right, let's move to, oh my God, we finally made it. The last game on the 12 game slate. Raptors and Clippers. Opened up 3.5. Looks like 4. Total open 224.5. Looks like as high as 227 up there. For the Raptors, Ingram is questionable. Jakob Poeltl and Quickly also questionable. For the Clippers, Kawhi is questionable along with Jordan Miller. So could be missing some offense there for that Clippers side. They do get Mathurin back. That is a plus. The offense really fell off for this Clippers team for a couple games. Let me see if I can get to this here. Schedule. Clippers did put up, they got back to scoring their last couple after two kind of duds. 138 and 129 in their last two. You know they're going to play with pace. They just need to have some guys out there with Garland who can score. Kawhi and Mathurin would be some of those guys. Miller can score too. I would want them available, and that would make me hesitate to play an over early in this game because if these guys start getting rolled out, I would not be happy. Also, quickly being questionable is not ideal. You'd want him in. He likes to play fast. He's the point guard. Ingram questionable. All of these question marks make me not able to get to the window with an over. It's just that simple. So need some injuries to show up in this game to make a confident wager. But you guys know the direction that I'm looking. Um, let's see. All right, that's the card for today. Before we move over to best bets, let me just look at the comments again. There's a quick question here. Skee, do you have any futures bets or are you strictly day to day? I do make futures bets. I'm sure I'll make more the closer we get to playoffs. Um, right now my futures and win totals, whatever, however you want to call them, they've done good so far. 3-0 so far. Pacers under their win total, Spurs over their win total, Spurs to win the Southwest Division. I still have Sixers under their win total, which looks like it might lose. I have Rockets under their win total. They need two more losses. We'll see. And I have Wemby to win Defensive Player of the Year, which looks pretty good. So I do make futures. I will be making more for playoffs, and yeah, hopefully we can continue to do well with them. So that's the show for today. Before I put those best bets, we'll do a little bit of promo like we usually do on the show. That means first up, buy three, get three free is still going. 6 days come out to just $69. It's a good way to be involved for about a week. You can choose Rob Veno or myself. Um, if you like to be involved longer, you can get the all-in ultimate access pass. Comes out to under $4 per day. And for example, if you went to go check out Rob Vino and purchase his for a year, you'll get a 25% bonus coupon that you could then come back and check out some of my stuff. So that's a good way to get involved. If you say, I don't want one or the other, I want to rock with both of my guys, 45 and 23. You get double the NBA Core Vision, 3 days for just $59. Like I said, we've been hot. Yesterday was a 3-0 NBA day between Rob Vino and myself. Um, following day, another win. We've been winning. I feel like we've been winning every day since we've made this promo. Um, Sometimes the one person might have to carry the other, but I do think this is done well. So do always want to promote that. Um, yeah, that's what we have for promo. So on that note, we'll move it to the best bet. And I'll go to the game that I said I'm pretty sure Rob Vino, woke up and at least looked at this game, but I think he'll be on it too. Lakers and Pacers up and over 237.5 is the best number I see available out there right now. You have all of these guys probable for the Pacers. It should only go up once they get rolled in. And these are all the guys who are the bucket getters. For the Lakers, you have potential protection missing with Aiden questionable, some defense missing with Smart and Thiero out, and it's just a Lakers defense that can be trusted and a Pacers defense that can be trusted. So 1+1 = 2. This one gets into the 240s rather easily tonight. So that'll be my best bet for the show. Appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. Even Rob Vino tapped in from the airport and said, "What's up?" Definitely miss having him on the show. If you're new, I usually do the show with somebody else with Rob Vino, and he will be back next week. We talk the games out together. But yeah, appreciate the chat. You guys definitely make this enjoyable because, like I said, I don't like talking to myself. Great people, great insight in the chat, and we're all helping each other get to the window. So, best of luck, everybody, on all your action. I'll be back again tomorrow, and I'll catch you guys then.